Hello Aline, thank you for joining us. I am delighted to meet you again 8 years after we met for the first time, as you were interested in playing college field hockey in the USA. Now 8 years later, you have 150 caps for the Belgian national team and work at the prestigious consulting firm 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶𝐓. Why did you decide to go to America at 17 years old?
Yeah, well, in the first place I heard it from a friend of mine who did it and was so enthusiastic about it. And then I got in touch with OverBoarder and they explained me everything. They said I would get a full scholarship, so everything would be paid in the US, great experience. So I was like, why not? Let's maybe give it a shot. In the beginning a bit scary. But yeah, after having visited even I think 2 universities beforehand, I just went for it, and I'm so grateful that I did it, for sure.
Fantastic. How do you remember your first days after your arrival on campus?
Oh, the first days were very overwhelming. I remember I arrived there and I was like, all these facilities, meeting the team, everything is so different and bigger than in Belgium. So I didn't really know what I was getting into. But as soon as the first weeks passed by, then you realize you can open up and you can really be yourself and be part of the team. So it goes quite fast actually to get the rhythm there and be involved in everything they do. Yeah.
Very good. And what can you tell us about the social life at a US campus as a student athlete?
Yeah, like I said, it's very overwhelming in the beginning. You don't know how it's going in the US, and there's a huge sports atmosphere and culture around it. And I think it's part of the social life as well. So you meet, as an athlete, you meet other athletes from other sports, and it's just great to get to know people, and just the whole. It's so professional. It's really a cool experience.
What has been your best experience in the USA?
That's a difficult one. The best experience, there were so many. I remember, of course, when we won the Big Ten championship. So that was our conference tournament.
Of course.
That was really like a huge thing, and then we became first. So it was also a big party afterwards. That was one of the better experiences. And I would say off field, like not hockey wise, is more probably the football and the whole atmosphere around American football and tailgating and everything happening around in the streets and everyone getting excited about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is there something or a specific experience in the USA that made you more discover who you are?
I think probably the fact of me liking to be part of a team, to really reach goals and common objectives together and working towards it, because it gives such a nice feeling to reach it afterwards, and you know you've been preparing it for a long time and you spend time together and you know where you want to go and you grow as a team. And I think that's one of the big things I learned there, and that I love doing it, and that's why I still keep doing it nowadays, because I just like being part of the team and enjoy reaching things together.
Of course, a real team player. And did you make a lot of progress as a field hockey player in America?
As a player, I would say probably the biggest steps I made was more physically and creating that discipline of really, working out in the morning at 7 a.m. before going to class. That was something unreal beforehand. So that's, I think when I came back here, everyone said also like, whoa, Aline, you had power training and really weightlifting before. We never did that. So that's something I gained there, that experience of really pushing ourselves and working hard, more off field, next to the part more technical on field, I would say.
Nice. And the combination that you make now between the Belgian national team and working at 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶𝐓 must be extremely difficult. How do you manage to do this right now?
Yeah, it's not always easy, for sure. It's difficult to find a good balance between work and top sport life. But I try to, when possible, I really try to put my focus 100% at at a time, I would say. So when I'm at work, I'm really only busy with work, and the other way around, when I'm at hockey, I just only think about the hockey part. It's not always easy to do it, and sometimes it overlaps, or it's difficult to have a good line between both. But that's, I think, the major difficulty. And also for sure a good planning and communication with the coach on one hand, and then the manager at my work, so they're aligned as well. They know exactly how my life looks like. So yeah,
a good
now
team around you.
Yeah, exactly. They support me in it as well. It's just important.
Very impressive. So to conclude, would you recommend to young student athletes to go for 1 or more years to the USA to combine their studies and sports with a sports scholarship?
Yeah, for sure. I would really recommend it to everyone. I think no one ever went there, I think, and regretted it afterwards. It's for sure maybe a little bit scary in the beginning because you don't know exactly how it's going to be. You hear stories and you just you can imagine something, but you have to go there yourself. And but I would say it's a great experience, and it's something I will remember for the rest of my life, for sure. So if you get the opportunity, you should really definitely do it.
I agree. Thank you very much for taking the time in between your busy schedule to do this interview, and best of luck in the future.
You're welcome. Thanks.